Alright folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It really is a pleasure to see you. Hope we've all had a nice Monday. We've got quite a lot of tennis that we need to touch on in today's video, so like the video for me if you would. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you're not. Very close to 600. We continue to grow every day. Do me the favour, do yourself the favour. I'd appreciate it if you did. I'd love to have you. If you want to support the channel, there is a link in the description and the pinned comment along with the pics. Touching on that, we did get a donation from Frank once again. Shout out to you, lad. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And before we move on, we'll just quickly touch on what happened in day one. As has been the case for the past week or so, it went pretty much exactly how we said it would. Popperin made it easy against Hadi Habib. Kachanov absolutely bullied Dan Evans. You'd have never believed that those games usually go the way that they've went in the past. Just watching that 6-1, 6-3, great stuff there. Zizou Beggs got past Aziz Dugats. We said Tsitsipas beat Sonego. Anyone take Gio with me? Anyone? Easy money that. Probably the best odds of the day. If you think about it, yeah, it was 6-3 tiebreaker in the second. I was very happy with that. Try and make it 2 in a row. The streak started yesterday, didn't it? I was going to say today. And then Roberto Batista Agut pulled off the upset against Fabian Madison. Now we did say, didn't we, it's only a matter of time before Batista Agut gets one. How he's going to hold up, the deeper into the tournament he goes will remain to be seen, but good shit all around. What are you going to do about that? But you may or may not know, but I think Mexico starts, about 4 hours. It's about 4.5 hours away from me right now, so we'll start over in Mexico. I'm going to try and get these videos out as quick as I can, but at least for tonight and tomorrow, expect it to be around this time, so stick your notifications on if you would. Probably best if you do. But anyway, let's talk about these games, innit? It is still the first round, so like I said yesterday, keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it sensible, and keep it sensible, keep it simple, and most importantly, keep it sensible. Fucking hell, it's hard to say that. But first off, we've got Artur Rinderknech, Casper Ruud. Head to head is 2-0 to Casper Ruud, 1.2 on the decimal. Quite a big favourite. Quite a big favourite indeed. Last time they played was 2023. Both of these games have been on the clay. The previous meetings, that is. Now, it's always the same story with Casper Ruud, and especially on hard court surface like this. He does tend to struggle against the power. I say this all the time. No disrespect, but I don't think Artur Rinderknech has got that much going on at the moment. He's really struggling. 2 wins in his last 10. He's beat Vitaly Popko, Dmitry Popko and Sheikhan, and Harold Mayo. He's been beat by Cam Norrie, Taylor Fritz, Nishesh beat him, Tiafoe, O'Connell, Nishioka, Dimitrov, Lemon Sherbet beat him. The list goes on and on. He's not finding it whatsoever at the moment. Casper Ruud, quite the contrary for him. 9-2 to start the season. Very good indeed. Got to the finals in Dallas. He ended up getting beat by El Chapo. For those that remember, we took Chapo throughout the entirety of that. And then he's played a couple games in, what's this Ultimate Tennis Showdown? I don't even know what that is. I can't even get the results up. It's saying like 3-0, but not, I don't know. Is it a different format? He's played in a couple of them. I don't think it matters. I think Casper Ruud wins this one very easily. Probably in straight sets. I really do. No doubt Artur Rinderknech can be a problem for the best of them on the hard court on his day, but unless he just finds inspiration out of nowhere and snaps back into the Rinderknech that we know can turn up, I see this being very simple for Casper Ruud. So we'll move on to Jakub Mensah and Thomas Machac. Now these have never played each other before. I'll be going with Thomas Machac. I think if you've seen it in yesterday as well, it'll still be pinned obviously until he fought Thomas Mahachi. I got him at around 11-1, something like that. Just a sprinkle on the outright. I feel like if he can get past Mensah, he stands a very, very good chance. He's better than Mensah, isn't he? He's well better, I'd say. He's a lot more trustworthy, no doubt, a lot more seasoned at this level. Jakub Mensah, we know what he can do if he turns up, but you never know which version's going to turn up. You really don't. He's just been beat in the Ultimate Tennis Showdown as well by Flavio Cobolli, and Flavio Cobolli ain't been too good to start the year off. He's just been beat by Alex de Minaur. Mensah's got to win against Bublik, but you've got to win that. And then you're going back to the Australian Open when he shot the bed against Davidovich Fokina. Thomas Mahac, once again, he's smoked everyone in the Ultimate Tennis Showdown, but I don't know how much weight do these hold. Got to the quarterfinals in Dallas, ended up getting beat by Shapo, but he ended up beating everyone, so there's no shame in that. He'll want to be pushing. He'll be in the top 20 soon, no doubt. Thomas Mahac currently sits at 25 in the world. He's just a lot more trustworthy. He really is. 1.7. I don't mind that. I really don't. I may or may not have a little go on Thomas Mahac. I might just sit off it and see what happens. I have already got him on the outright, so I'll see how he performs in this, and then if I like what I see, I may or may not take him later on in the week, but he should be getting it done against Mensah. He really should. Like I say, you've got to admit Thomas Mahac, he is, if anything, he's probably just a little bit better, would you say? No, I'd say he's quite a bit better. Especially at this point, Jakub Mensah, he's still a bit wet behind the ears, isn't he? He should be getting it done. I say 1.7, that's it. It's a very close one, very close. We haven't seen Mensah I haven't seen Mensah since the start of the month. Rotterdam, he got beat by de Minaur. Yeah, I can't trust it. Not yet, anyway. 7-4 on the year for Mensah, 7-4 for Thomas Mahac. I'd love to take Thomas Mahac. I think he should be getting it done, but I'm just going to stay away and hope that the outright lives to see another day. We've got Daniel Altmaier and Kekmanovic 2-0 on the head-to-head. For Kekmanovic, I think he beats him again. I do. I think he makes it 3. We'll say it again about Daniel Altmaier. Made a lot of improvements this year on the hard court. Kekmanovic, I don't know about you. I thought he looked really, really good over in Delray Beach. Ended up getting himself the title. How did he beat Davidovich Fokina in that final, man? That was it was some comeback that way. And he beat Davidovich Fokina, Alex Michelsen, Marcus Garon, Nishioka. He's just a lot better on the surface, isn't he? He's another one who seems to be playing a lot better than what I've seen this season. Daniel Altmaier 7-8 so far. Kekmanovic 11-5. Quite a big favourite, 1.3. The ideal parlay piece. If you'd ask me, I can't see Kekmanovic getting beat by Daniel Altmaier. I just can't. Admittingly, Altmaier's been good, and he has been known to spring the occasional upset every now and again, but in this spot, I just don't see it. Marcus Garon, Adam Walton. I don't fancy this one. Marcus Garon should be beating him. He really should. Will he? I don't know. It's a question for later on, innit? No doubt in my mind who should be winning this one. Based on what we know, Adam Walton does tend to reside more on the Challenger Tour. I don't know. Marcus Garon's another one as well. I'd never know what version of him is going to turn up. Does play a lot better on the hard court, I'll give him that. Was shit last year though, weren't he? 6-11. He's already went 5-3 this year. 6-3 in total. Adam Walton 12-5. I don't know. Adam Walton looked decent in qualifying. He's beat Adrian Manarino in straight sets, and then he's just beat Alexander Kovacevic last night. Marcus Garon got beat by Kekmanovic last time out in the quarterfinals at Delray Beach, but as we've just mentioned, he went on to win that, so there's no shame there. I don't know. Really is a coin flip, in my opinion. Maybe take Adam Walton for a set or something. I don't know. I don't know about that. We'll move on to Flavio Caboli and Ben Shelton. Now the head-to-head is 2-0 to Flavio Caboli. He beat him in Washington last year on the hard court. 2-1, and then he beat him in Geneva on the clay. 2-1. Both of them coming last year. Not bad. Very interesting indeed. Ben Shelton was crap last time out. Let's just be real. He weren't that good. He was very disappointing against Yami Munar. I don't think many people would have expected him to lose that, let alone play the way he did. Now, I seen this and I thought, oh yeah, great parlay piece, but Flavio Caboli, like I said, he's been well off it all year. Has he got a win? He's won one game against Mensah in the Ultimate Tennis Showdown once again. This keeps popping back, doesn't it? I don't know what it is. Someone let me know what the fuck that is. But apart from that, we've seen him get beat by Luca Nardi. Well, he had to pull out of that one. Echeverry, the game after. Jesper de Jong, Hubert Hurkacz. He's just won against Mensah. And then looked like he had a very, very tight match against Thomas Mahat. So, I don't know. Maybe he's just slowly starting to turn a corner. Which, if Ben Shelton's going to play anything like the way he played against Munar, I'd say that was cause for concern. I really would. I can only go off what I know. Ben Shelton's well better on the hard court. He really is. I'd expect him to be able to at least grind this one out. Is it just me, or has it just been this season, or is it the past few months? I don't know. Is it Ben Shelton struggled to break people? No, you'll probably be able to look at some results and go, oh, actually, no, he done that, but I don't know, maybe it's just me. I feel like the return game may or may not have taken just a little bit of a dip. He's been great as of late. Like, it's weird to say, but I feel like Ben Shelton plays a lot more tennis than what he probably should. Maybe that's the point. That's what I was trying to say. He sees a lot of tiebreakers done. He's very good on serve, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm talking shit, but I just think these games go, well, even the sets, some of the sets, it's very, very fine margins with him. Even if there is a break, it'll be one here or there. He'll either get broke or he'll get the break himself. I don't know. I'd love to go with Ben Shelton tomorrow, but the more I sit here and think about it, the more reasons I can think up to just stay away from it. I don't know. Be devastated if he got beat tomorrow, especially around 1.3, wouldn't you? I don't know whether I feel like resting the fate of me parlay on Ben Shelton. I was going to, but on second thought, I may not. So we'll move on to David Goffin and Dinky. This is going to be the quickest one of the entire night, probably. I just can't trust David Goffin at the moment. He has been very, 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 very bad this season. Just can't win. His game, and I say this in the politest way possible, but his game is just failing him at the moment. He's got a win against Casper Ruud, you guessed it, the Ultimate Tennis Showdown, but beat by Thomas Mahat twice, Dimonor, Kovacevic, Benjamin Bonzi, Dinky, Vukic. Dinky absolutely battered him in Adelaide as well, start of the season. I remember that 6-1, 6-2, and here we are just a month and a bit later, and they play again, and David Goffin has barely won a match, and he's still a favourite. What are we doing here? You're just going with Dinky, aren't you? Surely take Dinky for a set, take him plus the points, just take him on the money line. I just can't go anywhere near David Goffin, not while he's playing like that. And then we've got Gabe Diallo, Tommy Paul. Once again, I took Tommy Paul on the outright. I got him around 5-1. I think they were very decent odds, don't you? I think it should be a decent match today against the Canadian Gabe Diallo. I've had my eye on him in qualifying. He absolutely battered Matteo Bellucci in qualifying the other day, 6-1, and then bageled him. And then the game before that, I've never heard of the kid he played, but 6-1, 6-1-2. Rafael Alfonso de Alba Valdez. Yeah. I don't know. Sounds like I'm trying to put a case on you, that, doesn't it? Well, yeah, my point being, Diallo's been fantastic through qualifying. Tommy Paul, we haven't seen him since he got beat in Dallas by El Chapo, but I think it's safe to say we can assume or we can expect a bit of a deep run from Tommy Paul. Can we not? He's usually good for one, you know. There's no reasons for us to assume otherwise. Gabe Diallo, he's a giant, isn't he? He can play good, and if he saves well, I've seen it before. I wouldn't put it past Diallo to keep this one tight. You can get him around 3.5 on the spread. I don't know. That's not too bad. We did see these two play each other last year in the US Open. Excuse me. Tommy Paul getting the better of him in that one, 3-1. Two tiebreakers. Diallo took the first tiebreak in the first set, and then 6-3, 6-1, 7-6 for Tommy Paul. So a lot more seasoned, a lot more experienced, and a lot more trustworthy in this spot. I would expect he can get it done, although I don't imagine it will be easy for him. So the last one, wrapping us up in Mexico, is going to be Tien and Camari. Now, Tien was great in the next gens, and then he was great in the Australian Open. He weren't too good in Delray Beach after that, but maybe we could chalk that up to fatigue. He does play a very, very aggressive style of tennis. It's all gas, no brakes with Tien. But he's played Camari already this year at the start in Hong Kong, and Camari just dealt with him quite easily, 6-3, 7-5. Tien has won 8 of his last 10 games. Now, he got past Dusan Lazovic in qualifying, and he got past who's this guy? Federico Gomez. So yeah, you take from that what you will. Last time out, we've seen Camari get beat by Alex Michelsen in Delray Beach. That was the revenge spot for Michelsen. Overall, he's been rather sound enough, pretty much what I expect from Camari so far this year. We know what Tien is. He is just a hardcore player. 53-8 last year. He's already went 9-3 this year. Camari's went 5-5. Overall, 4-4 of them being on the hard court, quite the 50-50 performance. I don't know. I really don't know. Just because Norrie beat him about a month ago, doesn't necessarily mean he's going to beat him again, but he is a lot more experienced. He'll know how to beat him. I imagine he wouldn't have forgot, so I don't know. I know what Tien's capable of. He's still got so much more to show. I enjoy watching him. I don't really like going against him. Like I say, he's a dog. And even when you've bet against Tien, when you watch him play, and even if he starts to pull it back, you can't help but support him. So I'm just going to stay away from that one. Maybe take Tien for a set. He should be okay there. And that finishes us off over in Mexico. So cracking on with Dubai. We're going to start off with Luka Nardi and Martin Fucsovics. So we have a lucky loser against the qualifier. So that's just a no from me. We're getting Fucsovics at 1.5 on the decimal. I would imagine he is good enough and experienced enough at this level to beat Luka Nardi, but I don't know about you. I thought Luka Nardi's played some fairly decent tennis over the past week or two, so who knows, anything can happen in that. Marin Cilic is playing the Demon. Head to head is 2 apiece. Alex de Minaur is a massive favourite here, 1.07. Haven't played each other since 2022. I don't know, you don't need me to talk about this one, do you? De Minaur, massive favourite. I thought Marin Cilic played good enough against Carlos Alcaraz in Doha the other week. Still got a fairly decent serve, not bad in his service games, can still get a break or two, evidently. I think that spread's around 5.5. I wouldn't mind just having a little sprinkle on Cilic plus the 5.5. I don't trust it by any stretch of the imagination, but like I say, if you want value, I'd take Cilic on the spread. If you just want an easy win, it's de Minaur, innit? He probably does it in straight sets, but who knows, stranger things have happened. We've got Artifice and Nuno Borges. Head to head is 2-1 to Artifice, 1.6, slight favourite. Beat him last year, twice actually last year, in the Indian Wells and in Auckland. Didn't drop a set in either one. Artifice, that is, he's another one, and He's another slippery one, man. Just when you think you've got it right with Artifice, he fucking proves you wrong. At least with me, he does. Bo's been fairly decent this year. We tend to get it right with him when we get it right, and we tend to get it right even when we know he's going to lose. So 9-6 so far. Artifice 5-3. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is it just me? I don't think Artifice probably should be. 1.6 is a decent favourite. It's not a massive one. It's not disrespectful at all. Should he be beating Bo's? I don't know. I'm not so sure. Bo's is decent. He's a decent player. I don't think it's as cut and dry as Artifice just comes in now and beats him. I don't. I mean, who's Artifice beat so far? Quentin Hallis, Otto Vertin and Zizou Bergs. That's it. Constant Tien, both Wild. Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? It's alright. I mean, it's not too bad. Even with Bo's, he hasn't really beat anyone, to be fair. Jordan Thompson, Alexander Muller in the Australian Open, Stan Wawrinka. Close game with Stan Wawrinka, Otto Vertin. He's been beat by Rublev, Zizou Bergs. Just, yeah, pretty standard. I don't know. I think this is more of a coin flip than what the odds are making out. I don't really agree with Artifice being that big of a favourite. Or maybe that's just me. Point being, I don't trust Artifice as a favourite in this spot. I feel like Nuno Borges is just the type of player that can give trouble. Most definitely make feast trouble. I mean, we say it about Nuno Borges all the time, don't we? How many times you see him take the first set just when you think you've got him, he puts one on you. He does. He usually takes the second one back and he gets better as the game gets on. He really does. Seems to have an unlimited gas tank, does Nuno Borges, especially in the opening rounds. Can't say the same for Artifice. Gets a little bit too aggressive for my liking sometimes. Usually works against them more often than not. So yeah, maybe just see what happens with that. Speaking of untrustworthiness as well, we've got another two, Roman Safiullin, Tallon Griekspoor. Griekspoor's beat him once before. That was last year in the Australian Open around this time. Went 5 sets, as you could probably guess anyway. I don't know. Roman Safiullin's probably due a little bit of a run in one of these tournaments, is he not? I don't know. You just never know. Tallon Griekspoor can play good enough to beat most people. It's just, I don't know. Just go for the tiebreakers, innit? What am I sitting here trying to think about? Just take tiebreakers. Take a tiebreaker, or maybe even just take two. I don't know. It's the way of the Griekspoor, innit? He just can't help himself. All these games go over. I've been saying that since the birth of the channel. Alexander Bublik, Felix, OJ Aliassime, head to head, is 2 apiece. Bublik beat him last year in Montpellier. Now, this version of Bublik that stands before us now is quite the shell of his former self, is he not? And I can't say the same about Felix OJ Aliassime because he's still one of the most informed players on the tour at the moment. Ended up getting beat by Rublev in the semi-finals in Doha, but as we all know, he went on to win that. Bublik just can't get himself a win. He just can't. Dominic Koepfer, Richard Gasquet are the only ones he's getting at the moment. Ugo Humbert, no. Rublev, no. Mensik, Kovacevic, Kekmanovic, Sarundalo, Holger Rune, Di Minor, absolutely not. Felix OJ Aliassime slots in perfectly amongst those names of defeats, if you want my opinion. Get them around 1.3. Now, I know I always say 1.2, 1.3 is usually the price you have to pay for Felix to let you down, but my confidence grows in this lad as the weeks go on. Do you not agree? He's playing fucking great, and he definitely beats Bublik. If not, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. We've got Quentin Hallis, Andrei Rublev. Rublev's beat him before, and he'll probably beat him again. He's just been to the final. How's he going to hold up fitness-wise? I'm not so sure. Nothing to talk about. If Hallis can find his serve, I'd imagine he can keep it close, especially on a surface like this. But I do think that's pretty much all he's got. I do. If Hallis is going to win this one, it's probably because Rublev's absolutely fucked from the last tournament. So I think it's best if we just stay away from that one for now. See who progresses. Yuri Lehechka, Ugo Humbert. Where is that? Now, I took Ugo Humbert on the outright. Just a little sprinkle, just for some fun. I don't know about you, I think if he can get past Yuri Lehechka, he stands a very, very good chance of getting past the rest of them. I really do. I don't think they've played each other before. Odds are split right down the middle. Now, once again, I would love to take Ugo Humbert in this spot, but as I've got him on the outright, same with the Thomas Mahatch game, I'm just going to sit and wait. Do I think Yuri Lehechka stands a chance? Absolutely. Absolutely. He's just the person that can bring it to Ugo Humbert. Just the person. I expect it to be very, very close. Yuri Lehechka, apart from the game against Jack Draper, which, it's just a coin flip that way now, just a coin flip. He's been brilliant all year. Very, very good all year round. I think Ugo Humbert's been just as good, I think he's been just as good. 9-2 so far this year for Ugo Humbert. 4-0 indoors, 4-2 outdoors. Yuri Lehechka's went 13-3, he's 11-2 on the hard court so far. I'm just expecting a shootout. I really am. A shootout at the highest level. We've just seen Jack Draper get the better of Yuri Lehechka. I imagine this lefty will do more of the same. I really do. I think Ugo Humbert's just as good as Jack Draper. I really do. Maybe just a little bit better at this current point in time. I do. I'm willing to roll the dice on that one. Or am I? I don't know. Best bet, look at the total. Both of these will probably nick a set. I can't see either one winning in straight sets. Ugo Humbert, we've just seen him take the title over in France, haven't we? And he didn't drop a set against anyone. Be Fonseca, Bublik, Sonego, Zizou, Bergs, Medvedev. Yeah. I think he's got just enough to get past Lehechka. I really do. He's just played quite a lot of tennis the past couple of days. So, is he going to be 100% fit? I'm not so sure. He won't be far off it, but I feel like the way Ugo Humbert's playing at the moment, you're going to have to bring your best. And sometimes your best just isn't good enough, especially against this lad on the hard court. So hopefully the outright lives to see another day. I would imagine Ugo Humbert gets that one done, and we've got 3 more. And then, look, we'll just use this time now. If anyone's got anything for Chile, just get it in the comments. We'll just wrap it up very soon. I can't really be bothered with the first round of that one just yet. There's not a lot for me to go off. But we have got Christopher O'Connell, Grigor Dimitrov, 1.3 on the decimal for Dimitrov, and he's played him 3 times and he's beat him all 3 times as well. Haven't faced each other since 2023. This should just be as easy as Grigor Dimitrov wins this. And if this was last season or any other tournament, any other point in any season, it'd just be Dimitrov all day. Parlay piece, get it done. Thank me later, but there's something wrong with him, isn't there? There's something going on with Dimitrov at the moment. Had to pull out against Lehechka, had to pull out against Pissarro, and then we knew Lehechka would beat him again. We got him at plus money, and he beat him in straight sets rather convincingly. I'm not so sure Dimitrov is 100% fit. I'm just not. If he is, he beats Christopher O'Connell. I think he does anyway. Christopher O'Connell's looked decent he looked decent over in. Actually, was that qualifying? Yeah, he looked decent in Doha. Qualifying for that, he beat Ali Habib. Jack Draper absolutely fucked him up, and then he's looked fairly decent in qualifying for this. So he's played a lot of games. Got a lot more under his belt anyway than Dimitrov. 3-3 so far on the season for Grigor, and then 6-4 for Christopher O'Connell. No question in my mind who the better player is out of the 2, but just the way it's been going with Dimitrov at the moment, I just can't trust him. I really can't, folks. I'd love to go with him. Maybe take O'Connell on the spread. Medvedev playing stuff. Here is he, fucking hell again. Head to head's 9-2 for Daniel Medvedev, 1.16 as a favourite now. as has been the case with every Daniel Medvedev game so far this season, and it will remain the same. We'll keep this rule until things change. Just take the dog plus the points. The bigger the favourite, the better the points, and I just take stuff plus it, 5.5, whatever. Just buy a point and take 5.5 if it's just the 4. Yeah, not gonna waste no time on it. Medvedev isn't Medvedev anymore, even though there's no reason for him not to be. And Jan Leonard stuff, just oozes inconsistency himself. So I don't know. Take him the points, take Medvedev in straight sets. It really could go either way. I wish you the best of luck with that one, I really do. And then finishing us off, because it's been half an hour and Mexico is a few hours away. So Gael Monfils and Matteo Berrettini, we're getting Berrettini at 1.4. Fairly decent favourite. He's played them 3 times in the past and he's beat them all 3 times, having faced each other since the Australian Open 2022. A lot has changed since then. I say a lot's changed since then. I was going to say more so for Monfils, but if you look at his results this season, you'd say absolutely nothing's changed whatsoever. He just doesn't know when to lay down, does he? He's still got so much left to give, it seems. Won 8 of his last 10. We haven't seen him since the Australian Open, so he's had about just over a month off. Berrettini, we've seen him go through that battle with Jack Draper, which he won the first set and then just couldn't keep it together for the last 2. We know what we're going to get from Berrettini. He looked fairly strong. He looked strong enough in his first 2 games. He served well against Djokovic, served well enough against Griekspoor, but you'd have a tiebreaker or 2 with him. The third set's just in God's hands, innit? Gael Monfils, this guy is impossible. He's impossible, he really is. There's only 2 defeats in his last 10. I've been, his last 10. It's all season, really. Ben Shelton in the Australian Open, in which he had to retire. He probably would have won that game anyway. Well, he may have done, I don't know. Before that, he'd beat Taylor Fritz, Daniel Altmaier, Guillaume Pericard, Zizou Beggs. He won the final in Auckland against Zizou Beggs. But Nishesh Basafareddi, Facundo Diaz-Acosta, Jan Leonard Struff, Pedro Martinez. Better man than Berrettini have tried, and better man have failed, haven't they? I don't know. He's very, very rested. If there's ever a time for Gael Monfils to put one on you, it's when he's at 100% at the start of the tournament. Berrettini had a very long game against Griekspoor and had an even longer one. Well, I'd say even longer, probably just about as long. 3 sets against Jack Draper. That most definitely takes a toll on the body, and it'll most definitely take a toll on the body of Matteo Berrettini. So I don't know. Maybe just go with Monfils to spring the upset. I don't mind it whatsoever. Take him plus the points, take him for a set. Take it however way you like. Best of luck to you, whichever way you go for it. And then, like I said before, anything for Chile, anything for Doha. Doha, is it Doha? No, anything for, where the fuck are we? Dubai, pardon me. All the weeks are rolling into one. And anything for Mexico, obviously, get them in the comments, let me know. I'm always interested to share with the group. Don't be shy. Is that everything? Aye. Very well then, folks. Very well. I'll be saying good night to you. Appreciate you taking the time to watch and stop by. As always, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. The squad continues to grow. I wake up every day and I see just a couple more, and I'll be honest with you, it just sets me right for the entire day. Do your thing and I'll continue to do mine. Let's keep being us. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Let's go get more cash today. Let's make it 2 in a row. Enjoy the tennis, and I'll see you tomorrow.